Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea. You know that, I know that, just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and worry. Why? Way too many opinions. Why? Because I don't know. That's genetics, I guess. But today we have quite a doozy, dare I say. We're going to watch a Young Living Zoom call where they talk about boinking with oils. Now the reason why I want to talk about this, because y'all know I'm very sex positive on my channel and life in general. But in Young Living, there are a lot of people who are very fundamentalist in regards to how they practice Christianity. You can believe in God. That's wonderful. That's your business, not mine. I don't need to be involved in it. However, when it crosses the line of being, hateful, anti-Semitic, homophobic, things like that, misogynistic, crazy, it's just not okay. And any religion, any sect of religion can be culty or just straight up a cult. So I think it's interesting and we should talk about it. And also we've been focusing more lately on like the fundy culty side of MLMs rather than like just focusing on the manipulation tactics, the red flag, stuff like that. Because I find it really interesting and I do what I want. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and watch this. It is 53 minutes long. I already warned Ethan. We're not going to probably have time to watch all of it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So we're going to bump it up to 1.25. I'm sorry if you watch me sped up already. You're going to want to slow it down. I'll talk fast though, I promise. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. This is also the lady that we have reacted to a few times. And she says that she has like 9 kids or something like that. There's nothing wrong with having a really large family. Personally, I love having a really large family. I am from a large family. I'm the youngest of 4. All of us have significant others. So there's then 8 kids and then my 2 parents. So there's really 10 of us. And then 3 grandkids now and 3 grandpups. So I love having a big family. It is wonderful. It is great, especially when you're growing up. When you're younger, your siblings bully the shit out of you typically and terrorize you, convince you that you're adopted and that your real parents are the wrestling duo sensation of the 90s known as the Bushwhackers, and you believe them and you cry at school about it, and you're traumatized from it. That's not a personal anecdote or anything, don't worry, but it builds character, right? I mean, not to like excuse your trauma or anything, but yeah, having a lot of siblings, growing up with a lot of people, being exposed to a lot of different personalities, I think is great. I love that. Everyone should be humbled and drag down carpet stairs once in a while. I think that's great. However, with a lot of these people, it's like at the point of being neglectful, and it's so crazy. It's like, y'all really don't pull out, do you?
To our Monday night call, I look forward to teaching this topic every year. I think I have taught this every year in February for probably 8 or 9 years. And it is always powerful. I always love doing it. And I always love hearing the stories that come out of it. I'll share a couple of my favorites with you along the way, but it has been a really, really fun thing just to see the difference that this conversation can make. This is a conversation that I think sometimes we don't have enough as women and don't talk about enough. Are just the things, we're not just talking tonight about sex. We're talking about just the overall parts of us that crave intimacy on a physical level, on a mental level, on an emotional level, and on a spiritual level. And we as human beings are always all of those things, and it is all combined. So anytime that we try to keep it all separate and where we think that we can just work on one of those aspects, then we never get the results that we are looking for. We think that we can just say, oh, I'm just going to go and work on my hormones and it's going to take care of this. It's not, because you are also Hey friends, before we get too far into this video, let's talk about today's sponsor who wants us to get spicy. And y'all know we're all about staying spicy over here, staying assertive, staying spicy, keeping those boundaries up, being sex positive. You guessed it. As I'd hoped, I was able to get Bellessa to sponsor this video and do yet another giveaway with us on my channel. And I'm so excited about it because I love Bellessa so much. I love everything they stand for. I love how they are really just helping to break down the barriers, the walls around conversations about sex and having that being a healthy relationship either with someone else or more importantly with yourself. And honestly, this is just the perfect video for this sponsorship to be on. And I'm so happy about it. I love Bellessa. Y'all know they've been a sponsor of my channel for almost, I want to say like a year now. Not only do I love their rechargeable cases that the toys come in, their toys are high quality. They actually have some adult entertainment on the production side.
side, which you can actually feel not icky about watching, which as someone who can sometimes, get a little bit triggered by stuff in that realm, I appreciate it. Knowing that all parties are safe, everyone's compensated appropriately, and it's just amazing. It's not icky, it's not gross, and let's be honest, most content in that genre is made by men. No offense to y'all. Love ya, but that doesn't work for me. So be sure to check out their content on their website. I'll have all that linked down below. I personally love it. But then also, like I said, we're doing a giveaway with them yet again, and they're giving away gift card codes, promo codes, things like that for percentages off, money off of their toys, their products. But then also through that link below, you can actually get free toys too. Now here we have the Thump, which is a powerful 3-in-1 toy that does it all. Vibrates, suctions, and what do you know? It thumps while fitting seamlessly into your hand, concealed in a very discreet charging case. And then we have the Pebble. I feel like these are all the rage lately. The suction and vibration are controlled independently, ergonomically built to fit perfectly in your hand, no cramps over here, and no annoying pattern modes, because who even uses those? And what do you know? Comes in a perfectly cute little case. And yes, all of these are silicone and waterproof, and same goes for the Demi Wand as well. Works for all body types, because let's be honest, orgasms are for everyone. They should be for everyone. It's whisper quiet, compact, discreet. Again, the cute little case. No one needs to open up your drawer and just see a wand laying there, okay? We don't want to shock the cleaning lady or a nosy mother-in-law. 100% waterproof, USB chargeable, has a flexible neck that allows you to get every little angle. And again, no annoying pattern modes, because who even uses those? So thank you again, Bellesa, for not only being an amazing company. Thank you for being a continued sponsor of my channel, for breaking down those barriers, being hilarious on social media, opening up the conversation of healthy self-love, of healthy sexual relationships, because almost everybody does it, right? And I think that is so, so, so important. So sign up with that link below, get you some free stuff, get you some money off, and get all boned up, You're already all boned up. Do it. Y'all know I love that phrase. Anyways, thank you, Bellesa, for sponsoring this video. I love you so much. I love you guys for supporting my sponsors, and I will see you at the end of this video, because I'm going to pop in again and say thanks again.
Emotional being.
You gotta work on your spirit to get in the mood. Girl, what? To each their own. Whatever you want to do in your relationship, fine, as long as everyone is safe and consenting and happy. I don't know. But trigger warning for, I feel like this might get a little schmexual, schmaltish. For demonetization reasons. That's why I said it like that.
And we have to literally, there are thoughts and so many other factors impact us in this way. And
there are thoughts, and such as, because you have thoughts. That's so deep, lady. It's almost, with this one especially, it's almost like she's trying to hit a word count, and such as.
We talk so much about, in this community, we talk so much about how the oils and the things that we use are wonderful, but what is really and truly amazing is your body. Just unbelievable. And the entirety of you and the way that you were made to connect with other people. And if we're going to talk about this as we go through tonight is a massive giant therapy call. Just fair warning. That is what this is every year. And
no, it's not. This is supposed to be training on how to talk to people about using your oils from a multi-level marketing company, using your essential oils to be sexy. I really hope they're not putting these in their cooters, because that's not, girl. All y'all, one, is straight to jail. And then two, y'all are about to have so many UTIs and infections. What's the one? Vaginitis? Bacterial vaginitis? Something like that? Yeah, y'all are about to have all the stinky, crusty, itchy, flaky cooters. And listen, it happens to the best of us, but after having a baby, I can tell you, stuff's weird. Stuff gets weird, and it's okay. However, I can agree with her that we are amazing. Our bodies are amazing. And that's why I shared postpartum stuff. And I was amazed at oh my God, I was just real pregnant. And then 3 days later, my bump started going down. And I was like, what the? It's so crazy. Our bodies are wild. And birth was a magical experience. It isn't for everyone. And I understand that. I do acknowledge that I was very blessed and privileged to have not only a great medical team around me and literally the best in Tampa, but also just a great experience in general. Pregnancy sucked, but I feel like it sucks for everyone. Because hemorrhoids, you know? Anyways, let's keep going. Sorry.
With a topic like this. And I think that it is so needed. But just if you are someone who has struggled with feeling like you are worthy.
I guess first of all, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll get back to you, lady. I mean, I guess if they're going to have anyone talk about like sex and oils, they should probably have the person who has had 45 children in the last 10 years talk about it, I guess. I mean, clearly she's having a lot of sex. Or is it just that every time they have sex, she gets pregnant? That sucks. Ugh. And listen, have all the babies you want. I love that for you. If I could afford it, I would have 4 if I could afford it, financially and mentally. Because I'm fighting for my life over here. But like, I don't know, man. With a lot of these people, they say things like you have to, submit to your husband. Like, if you're not in the mood, just like let him get you in the mood. There's a difference between like not getting in the mood, like not being in the mood. Because yeah, let's be honest. There's sometimes when like they want to or you want to and they're like, or I'll be like, yeah, but like, you got to get me going. And sure, let's do it. Yeah, sometimes that happens. But like, there's a difference between that and then just being like, no, I don't want to right now. Not every second you're going to want to, especially when they want to. Like, go take care of yourself. Use my link with Balessa and take care of yourself. Sorry. Anyways.
Or feeling like there is any hope for you to have connection. I am so glad you are here. If you have someone else in your life who feels that way, go text them and tell them to get on this call because I want to speak some love into you and help you to hear a different message than the one that you may have been telling yourself for a very long time.
Our oils, essential oil, is going to help you feel like the love or like physical touch or whatever. And it's not always about that because don't get me wrong. Sometimes there's like times where it's like quickies and you're like, that wasn't that great. And then there's times where it's like, ooh, hey, you get it. But like, I don't know. It's just really annoying that they're like, yeah, these oils are going to help you. I have to speak love into you. And you know what? That's really sad. It sucks that these people are taking advantage of not only Christians, who, let's be honest, of any religion. If someone uses your religion to manipulate you or an organization that you're like really big into, you can be manipulated pretty easily. It's not fine, obviously, but like, it's okay. We've all been bamboozled. We've been there. But using people who feel alone in their marriage, feel alone in their relationship, like, that's awful. And sometimes you go through like dry spells. That's okay. That happens to everyone. The 7-year itch. Maybe you don't, but sometimes that happens. It's okay. You just got to reconnect. Joining an MLM and getting further into your cult, not going to happen. But again, this is a way to get people to stay in it because, dear God, we're only 3 minutes into this, but it's a way to get people to stay in it because then if you do use this or use the oils or whatever, and hey, maybe you do, get a little bit more spontaneous. Maybe you do get a little bit more spicy. Okay, maybe you get a little spicy. Maybe you get your groove back with your partner. That's awesome. But then you are going to attribute that to the MLM. And that's not fair. They didn't do that. You did that. Also, I'm going to say it a million times during this video. You don't need Young Living essential oils anywhere near your vagine or a ween or whatever parts you do or don't have, or your butthole. You don't need those. You don't need it near there. No. If you want great oil, gun oil, that's the best. The brand is called gun oil. Don't be putting like actual like firearm oil on your wiener.
A night of hope. And so I just make sure you grab somebody else that maybe needs to be here and let's just go through this together. So I want to talk about first, what is intimacy? Intimacy is a desire that we have in us from the very beginning to be close and connected. For me personally, I believe that's because we were made to be connected to our Creator with our spirit. We were made to be spiritually connected. We also have a mind that was created to be ruled by unconditional love and self-control and soundness to be able to connect with other people on a mental level. We were created to have emotions that are not in charge of us, but are allowed to fuel us and give us a passion and give us, a way to be excited and to connect on a level that isn't just something we think about or physically feel, but something that we feel to our very core and that makes us feel whole. It is also a body that is cared for and nourished in a way so that it is free to serve us instead of being weighed down and unable to perform the acts of connection that we so desperately crave and want.
Where'd you get that definition? Was that Oxford? Was that Webster? Was that Urban Dictionary? My Lord, I can't believe they act like this on Beyonce's internet. I think I should start saying Taylor Swift's internet. I'm literally a fan of the Chiefs now. What has she done to me? I don't know. I'm just happy that she's getting banged out by a 6'5" man. Yeah, I don't think that's the definition of intimacy, but, you know, close familiarity, got it, or friendship, closeness, a private, cozy atmosphere, love that, euphemism, an intimate act, especially sexual intercourse. Hey, Mary, that's not anything like what you just said. But you know what? Redefining things is what they do.
And so I believe that to truly experience intimacy, again, we can do any one of those parts, but we have to think about all of them together to get the results that we're looking for. And I believe this is one of the reasons that our world craves and just keeps fighting and striving and pushing for one more way to be sexier or to have a new experience or to look at one more thing or to try one more thing, because what we're looking for is an experience that encompasses our spirit, mind, body, and emotions.
I want to be like, it's not that deep. For some people it can be, for sure. Like if you're not already connected at all. I got an idea. Buy a butt plug. Ask them what their fantasy is. Ask them what, like over like a dinner or something. Go to dinner, have an open conversation. Maybe if you do drink, have like a drink or two and ask a question. Be like, what's one thing that you want to try? Where's one place that you want to do it? That isn't illegal. Don't get arrested. Don't get in trouble. All that. Get some lube. Get a butt plug. Poke each other's buttholes. Consensually, you know, like.
And instead, we keep trying to have it with different types of experience to create excitement and to create that fullness that we're looking for. And we can't find it by one more different type of experience. We can't find it by one more exciting way to have sex. We can't find it by one more of all those things. We can do those things and do those things and still feel empty, because intimacy is made to be so much bigger than that. You can choose intimacy in your life. And I want to go through this really carefully here because I want to say some really important things to you. Even if someone else in your life does not choose intimacy to the degree that you do, you can choose to pursue closeness and an unwalled, unconditional love for others. Even when we have been through hurt, even when we have been through unspeakable things, there is a healing available to us. And our bodies are incredible in their ability to continue to learn to function, to work through trauma, to process so many things, and to achieve what you may not even believe is possible. So,
and you know how? Therapy and being in a healthy relationship and feeling protected, not through essential oils. Why is this lady qualified to talk about this? Because they don't pull out? Is that her only qualification? Like,
oils and the way that they work in our body, the way aromatherapy works in our body is really powerful because it goes straight to kind of the CEO system of our brain that's in charge of the whole business happening inside our head and what we feel, right? And so if you are a woman, you already know that in terms of acts of physical intimacy, you know how much your brain is in charge. Am I right? Like your brain is totally in charge. And it's what you're thinking is going to have all the impact on what's going on, right? So we know that. And aromatherapy is amazing because it's like it has a direct phone line to the CEO in our brain that's telling our hormones how to function and our body how to function and all of those other factors. And it is the only sense that we have, like sight, all the things, is the only sense we have that goes directly to that CEO.
And she's not wrong about like scent being tied to memory and like thoughts and stuff, because whenever I smell the like OG Vince Camuto perfume, I'm like literally transported to not only our wedding, but like the hotel. Oh, I should wear that one tonight. Hotel room in St. Thomas that we were in for our honeymoon. This lady sucks. Like she's saying just like the most obvious shit, and like most of it doesn't even make sense. Could you imagine anyone being like, honey, I have to be on a call where I'm gonna like solve our problems? And I don't want to downplay it if you're not like connecting on that level and there are a lot of people that don't, that like literally doesn't matter to them as a couple. But if your love languages have to do with that, as mine do, then it definitely sucks. So I don't want to downplay that. And maybe it's just because like I am like a sexual being, I guess. And, I'm like open about all that. I don't know. It just is, and I'm not saying that I can't relate because, every couple has little hiccups. Every, relationship is different, but these people are not qualified to talk about this. Not that I am, but also I'm not saying that I am. And they are being gross and taking advantage of people who are low, maybe financially, or also just lonely as shit and are just like so desperate to fix their relationships and their marriages. And that's really sad.
Bypasses our brain having to figure it out. So it's not like it doesn't go to send a message to the brain and then the brain has to process it. It goes past that. Aromatherapy and our sense of smell goes past that, straight to that command control center, and tells the rest of us what to do. So as we are using our oils in this area, they're able, again, to go to that command control center and tell us to relax, tell us to let go, tell us to experience something new, to all of these different things that we are doing, which is really incredible.
Don't get me wrong. There are certain acts consenting where you gotta relax, or certain positions, or even after having a baby, you gotta like laugh about it, because that's like one of the only ways to like get through it, I feel like. Oh my God, it was spooky, let me tell you. Ooh, but that's the thing, is like, you just gotta remind yourself to relax. This is a very open conversation we're having. I don't care. I don't know, the way she just said that makes it seem like you're using these oils to like make you consent. And there's a difference between like getting you in the mood and then this. I don't know. This is gross.
That work in the body in different ways and help us to kind of release different patterns and that we have had experience with. One is rose oil, and it can help us with a fear of intimacy. If that is something that you have experienced or are experiencing, rose can help your body to basically, the oil send a message to your body that it's safe to let go of things that it has held on to protect us.
And like, what if it's not safe? What if it's not? You know what else can help that? Therapy. I feel like this is so dangerous and so harmful to women. I have also been I am a survivor of less than desirable situations that have happened long before I met my husband, when I was in high school. So, and I'm phrasing it like that, not to downplay it, but to avoid demonetization, because, you know, YouTube. So I don't know. I feel like it's like kind of perfect that I'm reacting to this or like dissecting it. This is horrifying. I'm not someone who gets triggered easily, other than by mouth noises and other things that overstimulate me. But this is gross. This is disgusting. And hints of, really like blaring hints of misogyny as well.
Truly, if our body did not regulate it, there is a truth to the fact that terrible experiences and emotions could actually kill us. It could actually be so bad and so hard that it would kill us. But our body knows how to say, you can't handle this right now, and kind of grab it and put it in a closet. And our emotions match up with different frequencies in our organs and things. And so it stores emotions in different parts of our body in little closets until we are safe enough to process those. The problem is that often we don't come back and do that. So we just leave our closets in horrible condition. And then we eventually something happens and the door opens and everything falls out of the closet and it's really terrifying. And then we melt down. So what we have to do every once in a while is go to those closets and open them up and clean them out. And oils help us to do that.
I'll stop you right there, Beth. She's blonde and she's a Christian. She's a Beth. A Bethany. I know therapy's not cheap. I get it. But like, it's cheaper than joining junk living. And then she also just said like, your emotional trauma can kill you. Is she referring to being like scared to death or like having a heart attack? Is she just not going to like source what she's talking about? Probably not, because in these companies, say it and if you believe it, they'll believe it, right? According to Harvard Medical School's research, untreated past trauma can have a big impact on your future health. The emotional and physical reactions it triggers can make you more prone to serious health conditions such as heart attack, stroke, obesity, diabetes, and cancer. And guess what oils can't help either? Those medical issues.
Help us to process and tell our body it's safe and it's time to open the closet and work through the things. And so rose can help us with that fear of intimacy. Energy is another blend that can help us with patterns of isolation. If we've used isolation to protect ourselves and we tend to kind of hold ourselves aloof from too deep of a connection with other people. And I want to encourage you that while I will get to obviously the physical intimacy part of this, intimacy is something that we need with other people, period, whether that is all the way to a sexual relationship or not, we need that. And so some of these things work in different types of relationships as well. So if you find yourself in a pattern of isolation to protect yourself, energy oil is your friend. White angelica is an oil that we use to help us with a pattern of loneliness. If we are finding ourselves with people, but always alone, always in that place of feeling like we're disconnected, then that can be a tremendous oil to use.
You know what else what helps with that? Zoloft, babe. You're probably depressed. These people will do anything but get a job and go to therapy. Like, this is wild.
I want to talk briefly about those of you who have had an experience in your life where the intimacy of your life and what you should have been able to choose to share with another person in the way that you chose, that was taken from you through abuse and through betrayal. That is, a pain that is indescribable and that affects so many countless people. You are not alone. If that is something you have experienced, you're not the only one sitting on this call thinking this may be so easy for the rest of them, but I feel so broken and I feel so betrayed and someone took this away from me. And now I don't have the ability to choose how I connect with other people in this way because of what I have experienced. And I just want to tell you, first of all, you are very loved and you are very whole, because here is the beautiful thing. No one can take that away from you. They can make a choice. They can be horrific. They can make a decision, but your intimacy is still yours to give. It is you. Someone harming you physically or mentally, emotionally cannot take away your decision to be able to share yourself with others. That is yours. It will never be taken from you. You get to decide. You get to decide if you connect. They can do something to you, but they can't change anything in you. That is yours to give. And it is still yours to give.
I mean, like, sure, valid, I guess. I'm like wincing. This is awful. Nothing like targeting survivors. I don't say victims, I say survivor. Because you are. You a survivor. You ain't no victim.
And it is still a powerful gift that you have to give to others, regardless of what has happened in your life. And I just want you to hear that so clearly. And I am so passionate about women, especially understanding this, is that that this is not something that is over for you or something that was missed or something that you didn't get to participate in. This is something that is still available to you in every way. It is work. It is hard. And I am so sorry for what you have experienced. But I just want you to know, we talk all the time about there not being closed doors and there not being dead ends. When we talk about health, that is true here too. No closed doors, no dead ends.
You know what's awful? Is if someone who has joined this company has been through that traumatic event and maybe didn't go to therapy, got in here, and then is going to try to use oils to then have an intimate experience again, or to essentially, no pun intended, but to essentially force themselves to do that, to try to connect with whoever. We have listened to a lot of dangerous claims and a lot of dangerous calls and just a lot of craziness. This is, yeah.
There is so much healing available to you, and you are so precious and so worthy of love and respect.
Healing available to you via therapy, not essential oils.
As you think through that, I want you to focus on the truth that you are worth pursuit, you are worth protection, and you are worth prizing. And as you work through these emotions, it will change so much about how you are able to connect with others. So some oils that we use in this way are Sarah, which was actually formulated for processing abuse. It is not only used for that, but it is a powerful way to work to, again, tell your body it is safe to let go. It is safe, that protecting you by cutting you off is no longer needed. There may have been some point in your life where you were required to cut people out to protect yourself, but you have learned and you have grown and you know how to protect yourself and you know how to take care of yourself. And this oil can go in and say, hey, we don't have to protect ourselves from everyone. There are safe people. There are people worthy of our trust and worthy of connecting with. Another is highest potential, which is an oil that helps us with the feeling of being powerless. Obviously, this is such a huge part of any situation like that. And you may very well have needed to disassociate from a situation where you felt powerless, like a deep connection with another person. There's a vulnerability there. And there may have been a season of your life where you really had to move away from that type of vulnerability. Highest potential can help you work through where it is actually safe to connect on that level. Another is lemon, which helps us with processing emotions of self-blame. Obviously, when someone has invaded the intimacy of your life in an incorrect way, one of the first things that happens is we start to blame ourselves to see where we could have done something different, where we could have prevented.
You've been sexually assaulted? Here's a lemon. This lady. I'm not even going to call her any other funny white lady names. Pardon my language. I'm sure Ethan's gonna not bleep it out, but cut it out because we are family friendly, kind of, and we don't cuss. But I got some things to say. Let's get two things straight and one thing gay. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, the f*** is that wallpaper? It's hideous. Take it down. Third of all, you're disgusting. What are you actually doing? Trying to tell survivors of non-consenting touching, you know what, screw it, let's just call it what it is. Telling survivors of rape and sexual assault that they can be ready to be intimate again and heal their trauma by sniffing your stinky oils that are from your pyramid scheme / cult. You're disgusting. Straight to jail.
That is on them, that they chose to do that. That is on them. And so we are going to tell our body, no, this is not on you to be responsible for the actions of others, not on you to be responsible for what happened to you, and releasing that with that lemon oil. Also, lemon helps with regret, kind of similar in those emotions. Next is forgiveness oil, which helps us process feelings of betrayal, and peace and calming, which helps us to process emotions of being a victim. And obviously, just letting us identify, yes, it is true. And we don't have to say, oh, this didn't happen. I wasn't a victim. Nothing happened to me. That is not how we heal. We know those things are possible, but that those things did happen, but our identity is not the identity of a victim. Our identity is that you are a beautiful, powerful, loved, precious human worthy of connection who has been in a victim situation, but it is not who you are. And so that is what we are working through processing. So as we move through tearing down those walls, that is some of the initial work that we have to do. Every wall that we keep up, which may again have been needed at some point in our lives. Every wall that we put up is a protection mechanism, but it is between us and the other people in our lives. It is between us and that spouse. It is between us and the people that we long so much to connect to. And so we have to work to take those walls down and realize that we have grown and we are stronger and we can take care of ourselves without those walls.
This lady's disgusting, but her Instagram says intentional motherhood. Do you mean you're intentionally getting pregnant? They have 9 children.
Piece after that is the physical piece of being able to be physically intimate with others. And this is directly tied to several aspects of our health. One of those is hormonal health. Our hormones they're just kind of in charge of a lot of things. And so they're out there regulating a lot of the factors that determine our desire for physical intimacy and our body's ability to cooperate in that and have the experiences that we want to have with that. So some of the big things that are necessary for great physical intimacy experiences are having good amounts of just basic nutrition, that in our nature red or things like that, where our body just has what it needs, because a depleted body is going to have a very difficult time being involved in an act like that it takes energy and takes giving. And so we need lots of good nutrition. Progesterone. It's very difficult as a woman to feel all of the things that you want to feel with physical intimacy or the desire there without progesterone. We live in a society that is very high estrogen and very low progesterone, which leads to a very out of balance experience when it comes to our sexual ability and drive and experience. Mister for guys is one that can be really helpful in terms of testosterone, as well as Shutron and Idaho blue spruce. We are in an absolute epidemic of testosterone problems, and the synthetic versions of what we're...
Says who? Sounds like y'all aren't having those issues. Sounds like y'all don't stop boinking. Like, what are you actually talking about, lady? I'm sure if she had qualifications, her Instagram would say it. It doesn't. It says pursuing freedom with my family of 11. Ma'am, you got 9 kids. You ain't got no freedom. I got 1 kid and I don't got freedom. Speaking truth into your life and home. Please don't. You weren't invited. Helping you thrive in all areas of your life. Focus on your own. Podcast link below. I guess her and her husband have a podcast. I'm sure it's riveting. And I'm sure they don't cite their sources there either.
Are not cutting it, and the side effects are enormous. We have to work on this. And it is a many faceted thing, but I really encourage you to start using those oils and seeing what can be done in that regards, and see if that is helpful for your relationship. It is, I don't want to speak for the guys, but I just have seen it to be so true that there is this is an area where they want to give well and love well. And I think guys get a bad rap because there's a lot of almost joking around this being so important to them and making up so much of what they think about, but it's how they're wired, guys. And they want so badly to connect with us in this way. They want to do it well. And they want to, it is a key piece of how we interact as a female and a male. And so I think so often we're kind of like, oh, well, when everything is all right and everything is all good and I've got all my things taken care of and I feel great, then I'll connect with you on this level because it's the lower method of connection. A woman can tend to think that way. And a guy is so different. He's like, if we can just connect this way, then I can make my brain work to have that conversation with you. And I can feel my emotions come into some type of like contained thing where I can connect emotionally with you. And so we need to recognize that in each other.
It seems pretty misogynistic, and I'm awful at pronouncing the opposite of that, but misandry? Misandristic? Yeah, what? Women are just these emotional creatures, and then men just want to have sex. Like, that's what this is. You know who initiates 90% of the time? Me. Girl, what? You're wrong. It's that society and religion over generations and generations have taught us that we can't initiate anything and that we can't be sexual creatures and that we're just here to make babies and cook. Well, guess what, baby? We're doing it tonight. And guess what's for dinner? I don't know. Go pick something up. How about that? The fundies aren't going to like that. But yeah, this is gross.
And so it's so important for him to have that testosterone where it needs to be, and for us to realize those deep needs in each other to connect in all the ways, the mental, the emotional, the physical, and to give and to take and receive in those ways that will allow us that full connection that we were meant to be able to experience. Another oil that's great for supporting hormones is sclerescence. Again, just helping with that balance, dragon time, and ylang ylang. You guys, I put ylang ylang on every single morning. It is in my bathroom with my progesterone and my Endoflex. And I am popping that on because there's just such a good, to me, balance in my hormonal state with using that oil, and it's a beautiful perfume. Our thyroid is crucial in our physical ability to experience intimacy. It regulates, again, so much of that of our libido and so many other things.
As a lady with a fat thyroid, I also don't have a fat thyroid. It's just that I have very poor posture and large breasts. So, don't comment on it. I'm fine. I get my blood work done. All the panels. I'm okay. I don't have any thyroid issues. Mind your business. What's your thyroid look like? What's your neck look like? Oils aren't no, girl, no. They're not gonna help you with that. This is wild that they still to this day, in the year of Trixie Mattel, they think that these oils are going to save their life. Like transform them into someone else or shrink their cancer or do anything other than smell good and make them feel a little different.
Because we have lots to do. And I, as a mom of 9 kids, understand that and struggle with it. But you will be shocked the difference you will feel with a little bit of sleep before midnight.
Like, girl, eat healthy, work out, get your blood work done. Be healthy, be in good shape. It's also like the audacity that she was just like, even if you've been told that your like thyroid levels, that your blood levels, that your whatever are like double what they should be, or like that your lab results are off, doesn't mean they actually are. Okay, Dr. Courtney, thank you for telling me that. Oh, you're not a doctor? You're just a lady that sells oils and can't stop having children? Oh, you're completely qualified to read my MRI report. Please tell me what's wrong with my spine and my butt.
Because that is when your adrenals are really working to heal. So if that's when your intimacy is happening, it's after midnight, you may also be not experiencing the peak of what you could if you're exhausted and all the things as well. Your blood flow is really important. Your circulation and the blood flow is what creates the sensations that you're looking for during sex and physical intimacy. The experience that you really want to have and those physical sensations that you're really wanting to increase and to feel really good, and that what you're looking for there is about blood flow to those areas of the body. And so cypress and nutmeg are both incredibly helpful there. Cypress can be applied to the inside of the thighs and used topically. It is just tremendous for just the circulatory cardiovascular system of the body and the blood flow there. I promise you will not be sorry if that is something, guy or girl, that you start using. It is such a quick way to see what is possible for oils and how that it's possible for them to help you in increasing your experiences.
No, it's quite literally not going to do that, Courtney. It's not going to increase your blood flow. It might irritate your skin and make it red. Maybe, just maybe, oiling up your inner thighs is getting you all boned up. They will do anything, but like, say that it's something other than their product. Oh my God. So if you just like rub this oil on your inner thighs or have your partner do it, and then, you know, have them fondle you a little bit, you'll be so ready. And it's like, yeah, that's called foreplay, lady.
There are also lots of oils that just kind of work like aphrodisiacs, oils like orange and jasmine. And they've been used, you guys, for thousands of years in that way. We think we're so smart today. People knew this so long ago, and they were using these scents and these aromas in their intimacy and in these experiences. And we're just like, oh, we figured this out. It's like, no, guys, we knew this like in Egypt. So those are things that you can put in the diffuser. One thing that really helps your brain is in kind of the process of, so like I said, as women, our brain really rules our physical experience, right? It's kind of can be different for guys, but for girls, it's that way. Our brain decides if our body is going to fall into line.
For girls, you're like 40. Wait, dumb. For, us fellow youths, you have 47 children. You ain't a little girly pop anymore. Also, you're speaking to women. Okay? No one on that call should be under 18.
And so creating something that sends signals to your brain that it's time for this, that it can settle down and start thinking about this, can be really important for a woman. It's very hard to turn off our day and move into that mode, right? So creating a pattern where you start your diffuser with a certain oil it can be really beneficial. Maybe you choose ylang ylang. Maybe you choose sensation. Maybe you guys don't like those floral scents and you want to go with something like orange, or you want to go with a tree oil or something like that.
Why'd she just say orange like that? I definitely don't trust her now. What's going on? And then also start your day with an oil. Like, so am I just trying to get all horned up all day long just to be like ready? Do you not have things to do?
Your call. But you put something in your diffuser that is a sign that it is time to go into that mode. And I promise you, it will start to help your body to relax and to be ready and want to, and just want to settle into that mode, because that can just be so difficult for us to do. So another thing is dryness. Obviously, that tends to be a problem with age, but it's also can just be a problem anytime estrogen is low or things are out of balance. Clary sage can help with that. A lot of people are confused. Clary sage does not contain any estrogen, but it contains precursors to estrogen, phytoestrogens, which then the body can use to make more estrogen if it is needed. We have massage oils that have the oils in them, and one of them is the Dragon Time massage oil, and you can use that topically, and it is tremendous.
It's interesting that she keeps saying topically, and I think she's trying to make sure not to say internally, to be like, don't use this as lube. Yikes. Please don't use essential oils on your parts. Please don't do that. If you want like an all natural lubricant, like use coconut oil, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. Also, they're like, don't listen to anything I say. I don't want to be accountable for any hurt coochies, okay? So I just skipped ahead to the 33-minute mark. Also, my tongue's numb. Don't judge me. I'm anemic and I'm going to eat ice and my dentist is fine with it. And you're not my dad. And he has bad teeth anyway, so he wouldn't care if I ate ice. And she's about to tell us about what can steal intimacy away from us. Because I got tired of her listing off a billion oils, all except for gun oil and like lube.
And steal kind of our desire or our physical ability or our emotional state or all of those things. So one of them is exhaustion. Can I get an amen? I mean, my chat should be blowing up, guys. Can we just say that I feel like that belonged first on the list? But one of those is exhaustion. And you guys, exhaustion is obviously a physical state, and we need nutrition. We need the supplements that give our body the B vitamins, the other things that it needs, our NINCSA, our nitro, our minerals. We cannot not be exhausted from a depleted state where we aren't giving our body the nutrition that it needs. So we've got to work on that, right? But you guys, exhaustion is also an emotion. It is also an emotion that we store in our body and we begin to create an identity around that I am an exhausted person. I own my emotions of exhaustion, and that is who I am. And one of the ways that we release that is through the oil Panaway. Panaway can help us to release that identity and those emotional patterns of exhaustion that we have decided to own and make a part of who we are.
Hey, that's not true. There's emotional exhaustion, for sure. You can be emotionally drained and exhausted and overstimulated and just run down like that. I get it, been there. It's a physical state. Exhaustion is like a physical thing, not an emotional thing. She's just making up. Like, what do we expect? I know, I get it. You're probably like, Chelsea, we know, we've been there. Why are you surprised? I don't know. I guess I'm just always like hoping that they will prove me wrong and do better. But here we are. I mean, good for me, I guess, because this is my job. But like, why are you exhausted if you have a bunch of time freedom? You have so much time freedom to live life the way you want. Why are you exhausted? Is it because you have 40 children? Probably. Also, I work for myself and I do have time freedom. I'm tired. If you're a mom, you're just tired. Not me being a mom for 3 months being like, if you're a mom, you get it. Calm down, Chelsea.
You can put Panaway in your diffuser. Have you ever put Panaway in your diffuser? Totally can. You can also drop it under your tongue. Spicy, fair warning, it's hot. Or just use it in the topical ways that you do. For those of you that don't know, Panaway is our favorite like muscle relaxing oil. But you guys, what is it doing to your muscles? I tell you this all the time. Don't think about like, this oil is for this, like this oil is for muscles, right? Think about what the oil is doing. The oil is relaxing your muscles. It's going in and soothing your tense body and letting it relax. That's what it does for your emotions. It's taking your tense body and helping it to relax. And it can do that in other ways too, which is going to lead to far better intimacy because we have trouble with that whole relaxing thing. And that's what we need to deeply connect with another person. All right. Next is, I told you we were doing therapy tonight. Next intimacy stealer for women is resentment. So we take all of the things piled up that are the things that did not happen in the way that we wished they would happen, the things that are disappointing, the things that, and most often, yes, it can be resentment against our partner, but most often it's resentment against ourselves that is eating us alive. And the ways that we are not enough, and the ways that we have not shown up, and the ways that my body is not what it should be, and I don't look like I should, and this shouldn't happen, and all of these things.
Maybe it's just the way she's phrasing this, but like resenting yourself? I can understand being like disappointed in yourself and like negative self-talk, but resenting yourself? No. What? What I'm hearing is a lot of, and this is more so like disguised in, well, I'm going to help you and it's okay and your feelings are valid and blah, blah, blah. But what I'm hearing a lot of is like, it's your fault, but like, it's not your fault. And like your problems can be solved by all these oils, right? Like that's gross. That's weird. I don't like it. It's not your fault. It's your body. Our bodies are weird.
Huge detractors in our ability to connect with another person. That resentment keeps us pushing. Think about it like, magnets that are the same and they push each other away. Resentment literally does that. It like repels people from us. So resentment is lemongrass. Pop that baby in your diffuser when you're getting ready to have sex or do whatever. Go work through that.
Work through the resentment you feel towards your spouse and yourself. Just smell something good. If you don't want to do it and you're not in the mood, then don't do it. Your spouse should be understanding of that. Maybe frustrated, maybe annoyed, okay, fine, whatever. But they should be understanding of that.
Next, intimacy stealer for women. And obviously, I say women just because these are the experiences. I'm going to do men in a minute. This could be totally switched around depending on your experiences.
You're going to do men in a minute? Okay.
But the next one is control, right? Women, do we not struggle with this? It's a little bit of an out of control thing. The whole sexual intimacy thing is a little bit out of control. And depending on our personality, it can be very hard to put ourselves in that position where things feel very much about feeling and not about, being able to really make it go a certain way and the right way. And the way that is, all of these checkbox things. It's not a checkbox thing. It's a woo kind of a thing. And depending on our personality, that can be very difficult. So peace and calming can help us to release some of those emotions that keep that from happening. Next is expectations. Expectations of ourselves, expectations of our partner all through the day, things that our partner should have helped us with by the time we got to that evening, ways that they should have been home sooner, and ways that the day should have gone, and ways that we should have been responded to, and ways that last week was supposed to go, and ways that our life should be happening, and all of the things.
How about you encourage people to go to couples counseling or therapy together, marriage counseling, whatever you want to call it? Instead of just being like, hey, is your neighbor not neighbor? Is your husband, spouse, whoever, partner, not putting dishes into the dishwasher and just leaving dirty shit in the sink? Are they doing this wrong, that wrong, whatever? Do you resent them and yourself and everyone else? Are you dry? Are you sticky? Are you gross? Well, just sniff this oil and get over it and have sex anyways. What?
Those expectations, which lead to resentment, are eating us alive. And I want to tell you something, just please, friends, to all of us, speaking to myself, our expectations being unmet are robbing us of our one beautiful life.
I feel like she needs a new tagline. I feel like it could literally be sniff some oils and get over it. If your expectations aren't being met, obviously, some of us do have unrealistic expectations, but also you could, talk to your spouse about it. If you don't think they're doing enough, you could be like, hey, listen, I, do this, this, and this. It's, we're not, keeping score here, but it would really help me and like our family as a whole, because we're a team, if, you did this. For instance, while my husband's at work, I watch the baby. Duh, that's my kid. While I have to work, he watches our kid, because guess what? That's also his kid. He gets annoyed and doesn't like it when I just throw things in my closet and shut the door and pretend it doesn't exist. Because guess what? It doesn't exist. If the door's closed, I can't see it. Can you? No, it doesn't exist. But I know that annoys him, so I still do it. I'm just kidding. So tomorrow, I'm going to, or maybe tonight, when the baby's asleep, I'm going to clean up my closet. Things get away from you. It's okay. And it's okay to manage your expectations and be a little bit more realistic and a little bit more patient, especially with all the crazy shit we have going on, not only in our relationship and our life, but in the world, what everyone has going on, right? That's okay. Being understanding and patient, not just being like, I can't be annoyed in my feelings of frustration of other people not picking up the slack or doing whatever isn't valid. And I'm letting it get in the way of me being happy. Girl, you're delusional. If you take out the trash, put another trash bag in there or I'm going to suffocate you with my pillow tonight. And then same goes for me. Take my little clump of hair that, you wash your hair, take it out, take it off your hand, put it on the wall, and then go. So it clumps together, and then you take it off and you throw it away when you get out, right? Sometimes I forget. But her idea is just, this is making me sad for her. Courtney, you need a vacation, and not a young living one. You need a vacation, but I'm assuming you can't do that because possibly your husband wouldn't know what to do with your 47 children. Because I'm sure you're the primary parent, which is terrifying. I mean, I'm the primary parent, so whatever, but...
They are, guys. We had this thought of how it's supposed to be. And unfortunately, when it comes to intimacy, Hollywood has created this for us. TV, porn has created this. We are in such a bad place.
Courtney, are you saying that you watch porn? Oh my God. Just kidding. She didn't say that. But also, she's not technically wrong there because, yeah. I just feel like there's a lot of people who think that sex should be one way when you don't see people like joking around and schmorn, you know? And that's like the best foreplay is like laughing together and like, I don't know, being so comfortable that like you're naked and laughing, right? Yeah, that's my favorite. She's not wrong about that. Like, listen, okay. And so when it comes to that, like, it's not always going to be like perfect and whatever, but you need to voice your opinions and, you know, be like, hey, I like when you do this or I like when you do that. They're also into it. Like, obviously they're going to want to do it. Duh. My husband told me the other day, I don't want to put him on blast, but hello. But he said the other day, he was like, I like when you do this. And I just looked at him. I wasn't like thrown off or like thought it was weird. It's a normal thing. But I was like, okay, be open, be vocal, talk to them, voice it. If it's weird, that's okay. They might just get weird too, all right?
Where there are these expectations of what intimacy should be. And it's just not the way it is. Intimacy should be you beautifully connecting with that other person, whatever that looks like, whatever your body looks like, whatever that experience is in that moment. If it is real and true connection, it does not matter if it even faintly resembles what some ridiculous script somewhere that can be all made to look all perfect. And
I wish you just would have stuck with this type of message like the whole time, because that's a good message. I love that. That is accepting. That is cool. That's hot. Love it, Courtney. However, you still suck and I don't like you. But of course, that's how they get you. See, I mean, I'm even admitting like, yeah, you're right. I love this. I love that. But that's how she's going to pull people in and be like, great. So now you need these oils,
you know, made to all the cellulite to go away and all the things. It's not real, guys. It's not real. And what is real is you and your partner who has chosen to be with you in that moment, chosen you, whatever state your body is in right now, chosen to want to be close to you. And that is what is real.
Okay, but like, why is she getting me with this part? Because the other day I was like, babe, don't look at my stretch marks. And he was like, I'm looking at your boobs. I was like, okay, great, thanks. Keep looking at those. Don't look at my stretch marks. These is tiger stripes, baby. I'll push that baby out in 30 minutes. All right, calm down. But yeah, and they'll go away or whatever. I'll get lasered off. I don't care. But that's how she gets ya. That's how they all get you, right? It's the bits of truth and the bits that we agree with that are, you know, shareable and that really grab us, shrouded in all of these lies and manipulation and all that. So this is unfortunate because I do like that one little message, but I absolutely despise her. I don't despise her. I don't know her, but I strongly dislike her and her overall message. Or maybe I like the message and I don't like the presentation, the vehicle, the objective.
That is what we want to focus on. And that is what is stealing our life out from under our nose if we are not so careful. So that whale is actually Sarah, which takes us, I know we talked about that being the one for abuse and trauma, but you guys, expectations, unmet expectations are trauma. That is all hand in hand. Trauma is about situations where we don't feel like we have the tools to deal with what is going on. And so that all goes hand in hand. Unmet expectations fall right into that.
Girl, what is that oil? It's going to heal your trauma and your past abuse and your unmet expectations. Like, you know what's sad? She believes this. You know what's also sad? She's got a lot of people believe in this too. Y'all know it's just smelly liquid, right? Just like it's just secret water filters with that Sabre girl.
All right. Next is anxiety. And when we are anxious, it is very difficult to get our body to relax into to a state where we're ready for physical intimacy. Orange can be really helpful with that. It's a great one to put in the diffuser. It's a great one to maybe put on your chest so that you're smelling it. And it's just like, it's such a yummy, kind of a fruity scent and so perfect for the mood and all of that to go along with it. So that's another great one to use.
You know what's also great to use is there are certain perfumes and stuff. Invictus? Something like that. The super expensive manly one.
Let's go into intimacy stealers for men. And again, this can go back and forth. So I'm not saying this is just one or the other, but these are ones that we commonly have seen to be the case. One that can be an intimacy stealer for them is stress, physical stress. just whether it's work or relationships or whatever it is, they hold stress very physically in tension. And so that is eucalyptus radiata can help to release that. That's another great one for the diffuser or to rub the muscles with. And then emotional stress. So often for men, it can be very difficult to connect emotionally and with words with other guys to release stress, or even with us, just how they were taught to communicate or what they were shown was okay for them, or just their kind of verbal skills, or just depending on what their personality is, that can be difficult. And harmony is a great oil for them to release that emotional stress. Another one for men is fatigue, a little bit different than the exhaustion that we talked about with Panaway. Fatigue is more of it's a weariness. I've been doing this for so long, jobs that they don't love. A life, again, that doesn't look like, even they don't recognize, where the same thing happens day after day after day. Go do the thing, be treated a certain way at work, whatever it is, come home.
I feel like this is very like societal pressure-y kind of like things that she's leaning on, because like men still have anxiety. Men still have frustrations with unmet expectations. Men still have, like women, we got dryness sometimes. Okay. Men can have trouble in that area too. Oh, with dryness, but I don't know. It's just interesting that she's like, we have trouble with this, this, and this, and we're tired because we're women. I sell oils. What do I do? I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl who's and then my big strong man. Oh, he make money. He, bring home turkey bacon. The bacon, whatever. Tropey. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate it a lot, actually, because that's annoying. And that feeds into those like societal stereotypes, really, and those gender roles in terms of the like stereotypes, and that can be like damaging. Thank you again, Balesa, for sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for watching this very long video. That was ridiculous. I tried to make it real funny because, dear God. So thank you, Balesa, for sponsoring this video, for making talking about sex and stuff like that fun and entertaining and, better. Sign up with that link below, get money off, percentages off, and or some free goodies as well. Okay, bye. Meanwhile, I was begging my brother to play video games with me when I was little, and thank God he was like my only friend. So yeah, it's just feeding into the like sexist tropes and things like that, which, hush. But again, with these types of people who are pretty fundy. I don't know if she is. She probably is, though. She's got 47 kids. Not that that's a, part of the checklist, but it seems like it is. But with that, a lot of these people will be like, God forbid your kid likes the color pink and he's a boy. They're like terrified of, things like that. Or, oh my gosh, my girl likes sports. No, you go dance and cheerlead. Like, okay. It's wild. They're scared of what the media is showing them and of drag queens, when they should be scared of the leaders in their churches. Who's never been on To Catch a Predator? A drag queen. No, never. Okay, so we've been filming this video for 47 years, so we're going to stop because I love Ethan and I don't want him to quit. Okay, I appreciate you and I love you, and I really hope that you consider who you get your advice from, because this lady sucks. Actually, it seems like she doesn't. Seems like that's not an option in their household, and they just have a baby every time they have sex. That's a joke, obviously. They can do whatever they want with their family. Be happy, be healthy, be a little spicy, be a little freaky. If you're comfy, just try it out, do what you do. Buy some gun oil, get a butt plug, who knows, I don't know. Do it, babe. Use my Balesa link. I should have this video sponsored by Balesa. That'd be perfect. I would love that. They would love that too. They're hilarious. Be safe, be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself. Look out for red flags. Look out for these types of manipulation tactics. Also, go to therapy. Okay? Thank you. I'd appreciate that. Don't find your therapy in a cult Zoom call. Man, that wasn't therapy. That was you shilling oils for an hour, and I still have 10 minutes left, and I'm not going to watch it. I don't need some lady who's only ever done missionary. They probably don't even put down a towel. Okay, that's enough. I'm sorry for everything I said in this video. It's my anniversary. I'm excited, okay? I'm sorry that neither of my co-hosts were here today. Sorry, but Dad's got a parent too, okay? Got to give him a chance, guys. All right, love you. Subscribe, like, comment, all those things. I appreciate you, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye. Oh, don't put oils up your butt. Essential oils. You can put other stuff up your butt, but don't put essential oils up your butthole. Okay. Okay, bye.